I believe Pantano is the right man for the job, mainly because he understands that we as a country are in a desperate situation, whereas we keep spending money we don't have. Matter of fact, last I heard, we borrow 40 cents of every dollar that we actually spend or give away. So that at some point has to be paid back. And Ilario gets it, that that is not a good thing. Whereas, we have, like, for example, we got Mike McIntyre, and Mike's a nice guy. I've met Mike. But the problem is, it's easy to be nice when you're giving away free stuff. You're having to pay that money back. It's not a free gift. It came from your future. It came from your kids and your grandkids and your great-grandkids, because it's going to take a century probably to pay all this money back that we borrowed. We owe China, I believe, like $1.2, $1.3 trillion. We just can't keep borrowing money. You can't do it as an individual, and you can't do it as a business person, and you certainly can't do it as a country. In talking with him, he's a small government guy, which is what we have to have. We were never intended to be paying for everything. If you've got roughly 49,000 people on some type of government assistance right now, that's a bad thing. I talk to my employees, and I employ 38 people here at our company. The United States right now is basically like Rome Part 2, the Roman Empire. If you summarize what happened to the Roman Empire in one statement, it's this. Once they realized they could vote themselves money from the treasury, it was over with. And when you've got half the people in this country not paying anything to put into the treasury, but they want to vote to give themselves money from the treasury, we're hurting. And it's just a matter of time. And people like Ilario, if we can get them into Washington, can help reverse that trend. And that has to happen. Just since Obama's been a president of the United States, there's a 800% increase of the amount of Americans leaving the country, taking their money out of the country, because they know what's coming. All they're going to do is raise taxes more and more and more. And of course, Obama said, we're only going to do 250,000 or more. Those people will be paying tax. Really? When you go to the store now, is your food more expensive? That doesn't have the word tax on it, but it is an actual expense you're having to pay, isn't it? So, same gas. Look how fast gas is going up. I just heard in the car on the way here. It's gone up each day for 21 days. Today it went up 2 cents, is what they said. And it just keeps going up. So that makes everything more expensive. And once again, Ilario totally understands this. Ilario has integrity. He actually goes to my church. And I don't mean he shows up Sunday morning and doesn't show up anymore. Ilario always. I know he participates in a Bible study every week. He asks God for wisdom in how to make his decisions. And I personally agree with that. I do that myself. And I believe that's important. I do not know everything. And if you can get some divine help, it always helps. There's wisdom in counsel, as they say. And Ilario is the type of individual who asks a lot of people. And he's well-read. He understands economics, which the vast majority of people don't. There's a ton of people up in Washington right now that have no clue what's going on economically in this country. They just think that it doesn't matter that we run deficits. So they keep spending more and more money and borrowing more and more money like there's no tomorrow. All this junk that you're hearing about in the mainstream media talking about things are getting better, I believe if you ask everybody, the vast majority of them would have to say, no, things aren't getting better. They're getting worse. So you can believe the junk you can hear in the media if you want to. But when it's all said and done, we need someone like Ilario Pantano to go to Washington and to help stop the frivolous spending for everything they want to spend money on. And let's get some fiscal responsibility. That's the first thing that must happen. And that's why I'm voting for Ilario Pantano.